Hey, ladies and gentlemen, first leg, Glen to throw first. Game on!
Thank you, Dan. Yes, contrasting passages to this stage for both players. Daryl's been embroiled in two big scraps, surviving match starts against Danny Noppert, and then breaking the throw and Steve beating through for the match in the previous round. But Daryl's finishing's been impeccable, and Glen came through with it relatively easy against James Richardson after weathering an early storm, and this afternoon played Michael Rose now, and it threatened to get a bit messy. He was missing a lot of doubles, but he just put his foot on the accelerator from 3 legs all and closed out the match. And this will be a tight one, that's for sure. A repeat of their matchup in Glasgow at the Premier League, where Glen attended as a contender. Daryl ran out a 7-3 winner.
Yeah, his finishing that night was superb, Daryl Gurney. Glen Durrant, 2 6-3 wins compared to Gurney's 6-5 wins. So maybe Duzzer's had the easier path of the more convincing victories, but Daryl Gurney has played better than Glen Durrant so far this weekend. Daryl Gurney has played really, really top stuff. Danny Noppert did get match darts, but Noppert played a flawless game until he had those 3 darts of the match and missed them, and then Gurney was there to step in. Not really done anything wrong all game himself, Gurney, could still have gone out in his opening match.
Yeah, and that's testament to Daryl Gurney, resiliency, and you do have to play well to beat Daryl. When he does get beat, his averages are normally up there, and it's a case of the player just having a really good game, and that's what we thought Danny Noppert was going to do. He's got a terrible record against Daryl Gurney, and maybe that played on his mind when he had those match starts, but that's history now. Daryl was there to take out the deciding leg in style.
96.
He did the same again against Steve Beaton this afternoon. So this fascinating encounter with the 3 times Lakeside champion Glen Durrant.
Double 12 for Dazza. He fancied it, he thought it was there. Has to reset. And sticks one 54. Right alongside it.
Daryl, you require 80.
It's these type of shots that Daryl's been taking out. So good on the doubles. So he'll stay there for tops. This would be for a breaker throw as well.
Game
and it is for a breaker throw. Quality finishing yet again from Super Chin. Awkward shot as well, because his darts do stick up, but he is shuffled along to the right. And a great double top and an instant breaker throw. See a little bit of head shaking from Glen Durrant there.
Well, he knows what Daryl Gurney is about. He'll have watched him. It would not have been beyond the realms for this to have been the final of the World Match Play just a few weeks ago, because they both made the semis in the 2 halves of the draw. Gurney, obviously, well documented, looked like he was going to make the final and didn't quite manage it. And Duzza, having played so well all week in Blackpool, just couldn't really live with Michael Smith on the night. But it was a very real possibility that these two could have been contesting the final of the 2nd biggest ranking event in the sport.
100.
These were still good match play campaigns for both, whilst obviously it probably took Daryl a while to get over that defeat. He was defending a semi-final from 2 years previously. He made progress on his ranking, just couldn't get over the line, but
60.
He's come back in good form since then, as has Glen. So they just put the disappointment behind him. I know this is the business end of the year, tournaments coming left, right and centre, so there's no time to dwell
82.
on results and defeats.
Well, they're both scrappers, these two. They are battlers. You never see them giving up in legs, even if they're a long way back. 49. They fight and fight and fight. They don't always win, but they're winning more than they're losing. Glen Durrant's had a really, really excellent first year in PDC darts, and Daryl Gurney is world number 3 for a reason. He wins things. Not lots of floor titles, but 2 major titles, a Euro Tour, and going deep in other major tournaments.
When you're in the position Daryl Gurney's in, I said he's world number 3. Yes, you want to win floor tournaments, but they're not the be-all and end-all. He's just got to tick over on the floor. Like you said, he's won a European title. He could have had that major win at the match pace, but he won at the Players' Championship at the back end of last year, and he's always going to perform on the big stage, so it won't concern him that there's no floor titles come his way.
137. Daryl required 32.
Durrant putting himself in a position to strike if there's a slip. Well, that has not happened so far this weekend for Daryl Gurney, missing 3 darts at double in a visit. In fact, he'd only missed 2 darts at double in each of his previous 2 games. Double 8 for Duzza to break straight back.
88.
Slips inside.
Daryl, you require 8.
Missed doubles in both legs for Glen Durrant. So Daryl returns to have 3 more at a double, this time at double 4. Double his lead, and he does. The second time asking. Consolidates that breaker throw.
Well, when these two did meet in the Premier League, Durrant was absolutely, he was distraught after losing 7-3. Felt that he'd been given this amazing opportunity and he'd blown it. He still averaged nearly 99 in that game. He wasn't poor, it's just Daryl Gurney was gobbling up every chance that came his way.
Daryl Gurney really impressive in the Premier League, especially as at the halfway stage he had a matchup with Raymond van Barneveld, and we were talking about him maybe getting dragged into elimination, but from there he kicked in, made it to the semi-finals, and maybe an opportunity missed in the semi-final when he played Michael van Gerwen, who only averaged around the 95-96 mark. But on the whole, a great campaign for Daryl Gurney, and surely see him back amongst them players in the Premier League next year.
Yeah, I think that's nailed on that Super Chin will be part of the Premier League lineup. I think there may be a few people, having watched him play over the last 2 years really, who think that he could be going into the Premier League next year as the world champion. Certainly got the game to do it. I think everybody will remember the match play campaign this year for obviously Rob Cross's win, but that incredible come from behind victory against Gurney. But I actually think the performance of the tournament was Gurney's win over Peter Wright in the quarterfinals. It was stunning, as Duzza looks to produce a stunner of his own. Won't get a dart at the ball.
Yeah, in particular what was impressed by that performance against Peter Wright was the form Peter Wright was in. He'd been borderline unstoppable in the month and a half leading up to the match play, but Daryl put in an accomplished performance.
60.
Went on to that
Glen
semi-final that
36.
we're referring to against Rob Cross.
Double 18 does love this double.
Game
And
shot
pins it to get on the board. It's a 13 darter. Glen has found himself in quarterfinals on the European Tour before. He did it at the Dutch event in Zwolle. He was beaten by Gerwin Price 6-3 then. He also made the quarterfinals last weekend in Mannheim and lost out to the eventual champion Joe Cullen 6-2. Cullen was playing superbly all day. He has not gone beyond this stage of a European Tour. And you feel that it would be the next logical step for Duzza to go and pick up a Euro Tour title, having already won a couple of events on the floor. Mind you, you'd have said that about Rob Cross, and Rob Cross still hasn't won one of these. He's won the World Championship, the World Match Play, the World Series event, and yet hasn't won a Euro Tour.
Yeah, Rob Cross is like an exception to any sort of logic when you get a tour card. Yeah. Just settle in on your first year, Rob, and then go for it the year after. Was it they always say when you get told, try and qualify for the World? Rob Cross went and won it.
Yeah, well, I think you can always get if a stunning first year. If you qualify for the World Match Play in your first year, you are doing so much stuff right. Rob Cross managed it, Glen Durrant managed it, and then made the semi-finals. Stephen Bunting's another player in his first year qualified for the Match Play. More insects turning up. Plenty of those this weekend. No flies on Glen Durrant, though.
Yeah, it's a good achievement qualifying for the World Match Play, because until about 4 or 5 years ago, you used to just start from blank in January, so everybody was on a level playing field. But obviously Glen, as did Rob Cross and Stephen Bunting, found themselves 4 or 5 months behind, because as soon as the match play finishes, the next tournament counts towards the following year. And also a great achievement to get yourself to number 11 seed on the European Tour. So I know there's a few dropouts, but to be seeded in any capacity is no mean feat.
100. Glen requires 74.
Gurney halves his score, but he's relying on more misses from Durrant. Has had darts to win every leg, Glen Durrant.
Game shot,
And he now levels up.
Glen Durrant. Fifth leg, Glen to throw first. Game on.
Glen Durrant, you could argue after 4 legs, probably a fair scoreline at 2-all with the opportunities players have had.
$123.
Winner of this will face either Nathan Aspinall, the UK Open champion, or the Grand Slam champion, Gerwyn Price, the defending champion here in Risa, of course, Price.
We mentioned earlier on this afternoon, Nathan's got some notable victories over Gerwyn Price, knocked him out the World Championship and the UK Open.
100.
From there, Nathan went on to introduce himself to the world of darts, run to the semi-finals, and obviously the UK Open champion.
Yeah, they've had a lot of meetings, those two. Plenty more to come on that. It is an incredible lineup. All major champions in this half of the draw. 3 out of the 4 major champions in the other half. And darts befitting of those titles from Glen Durrant, his first 180 of the contest.
60. Glen require 98.
Glen Durrant on a 2-darter. He may look to split as he goes straight for it.
82.
He's expecting a split there with him being so far ahead, but he said with him being so far ahead, he might as well go for it, and he can split if he hits the 19, so it's neither or.
Well, as long as you don't end up accidentally sticking it in a 17
60.
and leaving yourself in double
Glen
one.
requires
But he's
16.
managed to negotiate that issue. Can he negotiate this double 8? He can.
Game shot on the 5th leg.
And that
Glen Durrant
is a
6
third leg on the
Daryl
spin for
first.
the
Game on.
3-time Lakeside champion. Our spotter in our ear, Little Richard, pointing out that all the guys in this half of the draw are all reigning major champions. Very good point. Players champion Daryl Gurney, Lakeside champ Glen Durrant, UK Open winner Nathan Aspinall, and the man who will be looking to defend his Grand Slam title this year, as well as his title here in Risa, Gerwyn Price. And Duzza is moving through the gears. Second time he's had one of those deflections into the 1 segment.
Yeah, we see from 2-0 down, Glen's really ramped it up. Just over 101.
Well, Gurney has been averaging pretty much a ton for the weekend coming into this, so this is a drop-off in performance, but we say it so often on the Euro Tour.
25.
Getting up for 1 game on stage in a day, that's something, that's a skill in itself, but being able to play 1, go away, come back and get up and hit those same levels of performance, it is a tough thing to do, and maybe that gives Peter Wright the edge tonight, because he is more experienced than anybody in this field of these Euro Tours, the final day, and going all the way to the final and winning them.
137.
I've only experienced it on 2 occasions, but it is difficult after that last 16 game and bring yourself down, get yourself ready. Similar scenarios at the UK Open when you play as well, but it's something players have got to deal with.
Well, of course, Daryl Gurney was an ITV tournament, the Players' Championship finals, where it's multiple games on that final day. He managed to deal with that and beat Van Gerwen in the final. Does that? Can he find the 60? No, not quite.
90.
He will leave himself
Daryl, you require
3 darts, sorry, at double 12, unless Gurney can take this out.
Treble 18. Nowhere near the treble 18, so Glen for a 4th leg on the trot.
Glen requires
3 darts at double 12.
Game shot.
Hits it with his first dart. Glen Durrant taking control of this match.
First. Game on.
Oh, very, very impressive stuff so far from Duzza. 4 legs on the spin. He missed darts to win the first 2 legs, and it could be done and dusted.
Really comfortable up there, Glen. Still that average up around the 102 mark, almost 103.
85.
Mentioning Gerwin Price, defensive title in the Grand Slam in a few months' time. It's still up in the air whether Glen Durrant's qualification via his world title will be enough to see him there.
Yeah, well, with the way that Duzza has played in the qualifiers for these Euro Tour events at the start of the year before he became a seed, where he was outperforming everybody, you'd quite fancy his chances if he has to go to the qualifier, because he will be one of the big boys in that qualifier. You wouldn't want to get drawn against him first game, would you, Webby?
No. Well, in none of the games, if I'm being honest. I'll stay out of his way, if I'm being honest. But yeah, we saw last year the qualifiers were littered with quality, but a few players failing. Daryl Gurney, one of them failing the qualifiers. Dave Chisnell. It was a tough field last year, and it's going to be like that this year, and it threw in some surprises. Yeah,
I don't think many people expected Andrew Gilding to be playing the Grand Slam. I think Glen Durrant would have preferred it if he wasn't. Because not only did he beat him in the group stages, he then had to endure a hug from him.
Yeah, that was bittersweet, wasn't it? How Glen Durrant got eliminated from that group, it was just so unlucky. Great performance from Sam Whitlock, but such a great performance. But like you said, he could take away a hug off Andrew Gilding from last year's Grand Slam.
Can he find another in there?
96.
No, he can't. An opportunity for Daryl Gurney. They have been few and far between in the last few legs. But he's going to get one here, single 14. Leaves double 16. And Gurney does pin the combination check out to break. He's back in this game.
Daryl to throw first.
Emphasise your point from earlier on in the match, Dan, when you said that these two players will never give up, will never throw in the towel, and Daryl Gurney there with 4 legs going against him, and Glen finding the treble 20 with relevant ease, finds a way to dig out that leg, and we're back on throw.
60.
Well, Gurney's absolutely baffled that he hasn't found his way through to the 60 there, but I mean, he didn't need to stay up there, did he? He's got a big, long dart that's blocking a lot of the bed.
He's good at switching targets as well. I don't understand why he didn't come down there. Maybe from his angle it looked like there's more room, but certainly was a lot of room if there was. That's how he prefers it. One above. Has the guy there. It's the 140.
Still just the one maximum in this game. That one will not register any points at all, but a good recovery from Duzza. Again, a blocker that he looks he's going to try and get past, and surely he switches now.
59.
Might have benefited from switching a dart earlier.
He's just opened the door slightly for Glen Durrant. Can he hammer home the advantage? And if Glen can break in this leg, he will be throwing for the match.
99.
For his first.
Had to be. So much room on the bed there. It was inevitable, the 180 for Daryl Gurney. Boy, did he need it.
$64.
Still work to do here for Gurney.
62.
Great first start.
Game shot in the
perfect second as well. Superb stuff. 2 very, very good visits from Daryl Gurney when he looked like he might be in trouble.
Dug himself out of the hole there well, Daryl Gurney. Still Glen that has the dart, but he was looking a lot more comfortable
59.
A couple of legs ago with that lead. Back comes Daryl Gurney. And a chance here to make inroads early on the Glen Durrant throw after only a visit of 59.
This time he does switch, and switches well. And switches very, very well. Now it's Duzza feeling the pressure.
85. 85.
Well, not for the first time. Does us fine in the 60, but it's a bit low in the bed for him, so he's finding it difficult to follow it.
He still finds himself in a decent position in this leg,
58.
especially after that visit from Daryl Gurney.
Now the setup shot. Glen Durrant usually an expert from this sort of position, leaving himself something very makeable. That will do.
Yeah, you feel that's the minimum requirement when you're on 220 to leave the Shanghai. Only one treble needed in the combination. Daryl can apply pressure.
100.
Similar shot, he only needs one treble in the combination. It's Glen who gets first bite.
Got to stay straight. That's perfect. 20 for tops. To go within a leg of a first ever semi-final on the European Tour. Beautiful shot from Glen Durrant. The world number 3 is pushed to the brink of defeat. But he's been in this position before, Daryl Gurney, this weekend. Beat Danny Noppert 6-5, beat Steve Beaton 6-5, and he saved his best stuff against Beaton for the last 2 legs.
34.
Daryl Gurney broke Steve Beaton and Danny Noppert, both when they were thrown for the match, and then threw out the deciding leg with ease. But this time he has to hold to stay in, and he knows it's Glen Durrant's darts in the final leg.
That's better for Durrant. There's a bit more room. He can jam one underneath if necessary, but he lines one up alongside, and then one in the middle of the 2 of them. Only his second 180. But it comes at a crucial juncture. It's rattled Gurney, because he should have been looking at the 18s before then to give himself the best chance of leaving a finish.
Yeah, I think he just decided to be aggressive. I don't think it was a sort of a miscount or anything. I just thought, Glen's at the 180, can I follow him? But he hasn't prevailed, and Glen has the darts, and his first to a finish, albeit a biggie. I feel Daryl needs 2 trebles. There's one of them.
100.
Oh, a second one, so
Glen require
both finishes for both players, but both big asks as well.
Saw this taken out earlier on today by Steve West. Didn't go this route. Glen Durrant can't complete the job, but he's left himself 3 match darts unless Daryl Gurney takes out a similarly monstrous checkout. And it will not go for Super Chin, and the world number 3 might be going out of the tournament. Glen Durrant is 1 dart away from his first ever appearance in a semi-final on the European Tour. Double 12 is the target. He's already pinned it in this game. And he pins it again for an excellent 13-darter and an excellent maiden win against the world number 3, Daryl Gurney.